Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon, ma'am.
So for today's topic, I discuss about employing a variety of strategies for effective interpersonal communication. First, what is interpersonal communication? Interpersonal communication is the process of exchange of information, ideas, and feelings between two or more people through verbal or non-verbal methods. And it often includes face-to-face exchange of information in a form of voice, facial expressions, body language, and gestures. It is a communication occurs between two or more people. So, when you are just communicating with yourself, that is intrapersonal communication. The level of one's interpersonal communication skills is measured through the effectiveness of transferring messages to others. So, in the next slide, I will show you a picture and you will tell me if it is a good communication or a bad communication. First picture. Anyone? Okay, Miss Marcelo.
Good communication, ma'am.
Very good. Next, number 2. Miss Santiago.
Good communication po, ma'am.
Okay, good also. Number 3, Miss Garcia.
Bad communication po.
Okay, that's right. Number 4, Miss Retanya.
Bad communication po, ma'am.
And last, number 5, Miss Santiago.
Good communication po.
Okay, so I think you understand our topic, interpersonal communication. And we tackled about effective interpersonal communication strategies. Number 1, making effective communication decisions. Be assertive because when you communicate to others, you need to be demanding or confident on what you are saying so that the person you are talking with will understand what you are talking about. And be tactful because you need to tell the truth in a way that considers others people's feelings and reactions. And next, monitor body language. When you are talking, you need to avoid body language because it will distract the person you are talking with. Maybe he or she will not focus on what you are saying. Instead, that person focus on your body language and it will distract him or her. And the next one is observe appropriate use of paralanguage, volume, rate, and inflection. In this and in this sentence, it means when you are talking, you need to depend your voice to your feelings. Example, when you are apologize to your friend, you need to be sincere. You need to lower your voice so that it will show your sincerity to apologize. Number 2, making introductions. Introduce yourself and others by providing names, relationship, and relevance. Like when we introduce ourselves in the classroom, we need to tell about us. And when you are talking about others, you need to tell his name and your relationship to that person. Number 3, making requests. Figure out who is able to help you. Decide how assertive you should be. Determine the best situation and communicate a time frame. First, You need to strategies, you need to convince others, and you need to find a best situation before saying anything. And the perfect time also to say something important. Number 4, telephone conversations. Speak clearly. You need to speak clearly so that the person you're talking with will understand well what you are talking about and get to the message. You need to direct to the point. For example, you need to say sorry, but you already say that about the problems instead of saying sorry indirect. And next, respect the caller's time. For for example, in a business, when you all have a meeting, you need to respect others' time, like your your staff or other workers in that company. Number 5, active listening. Listen carefully and sincerely. Make eye contact to show a respect and always smile. And these are tips to help you be an effective interpersonal communicator. Number 1, avoid negative body language. What I say earlier, you need to monitor and you need to avoid body language so that you will not distract the person you are talking with. Body language can tell a lot about how a person feels. A slumped posture can indicate a lack of confidence or boredom. Averted eye contact can indicate that a person is uncomfortable. A forced smile can mean insincerity. Hence, you should always be mindful when it comes to body language. Number 2, refrain from interrupting the other person. Interrupting someone while they are speaking is extremely impolite. Nobody likes being interrupted because it disrupts their thought process and is disrespectful. If you must make an interruption and must speak at the precise moment, you must do so gently and politely. For example, when your teacher discussed the lesson and you tell the answer, but your teacher doesn't ask for a question, so that's impolite. You need to respect your teacher especially because he or she was speaking at the front. Number 3, think before you speak. This is similar to the phrase think before you click. Think before you speak is a great habit to develop to avoid causing trouble in your life, whether in your relationships, career, or elsewhere. In this case, you need to think before you speak. For example, you need to think that word if it is okay to the person you are talking with so that his feelings or her feelings will be safe to that word. Number 4, listen well. Listening to what others are saying is a skill in and for itself, and you should practice it when communicating with others. Um, you need to listen well so that when I ask a question, you will answer it correctly. And number 5, be neutral. Some people become defensive or aggressive during conversations. You do not have to become defensive or attack someone who points out your mistakes. Maintain neutrality and transparency so that you can understand what is being discussed. In this case, I'll example when your mother tell you that don't go with your friends, but you still go. And when you go home, your mother tells you your mistakes that you did not follow what she was saying. But instead of saying sorry or accepting your mistake, you you act defensive or aggressive so that it will cause a misunderstanding. Okay, so class, we have an activity to test if you understand our discussion. I will I will read the question and you will answer. Number 1. It is the process of exchange of information, ideas, and feelings between two or more people through verbal or non-verbal methods. Anyone? Okay, Miss Santiago.
Ma'am, letter B po, interpersonal communication.
Okay, correct. So number 2. When you are just communicating with yourself, it is Miss Marcelo.
Letter C, ma'am. Interpersonal communication.
Okay, correct. And number 3, your friend is speaking, and to show that you are understand, you should, Miss Retanya.
Yes po, ma'am. Letter A po. Give non-verbal communication cues po.
Okay. And the next one, number 4, someone who works well in a group must do the following except Miss Garcia.
B po, create conflict to make the discussion interesting.
Okay, very good. So last, number 5, when you are discussing a lesson with a classmate and she or he is saying something that you do not agree with, you, Miss Retanya.
Yes po, ma'am. The answer is letter C po. Are aware of your own feelings but listens to what your classmate has to say before responding.
Okay, thank you. So, class, you understand our discussion because it is easy. It's at interpersonal communication. It is a easy topic. So, to end this discussion, we have an assignment. Write 5 sentences that shows good conversation and 5 sentences of bad conversation. And you will just attach it in our Google Classroom. And our deadline is tomorrow, 1 p.m. Understand, class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you for listening. I hope you learn a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you po.